Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spirit Medium, Laura Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and is featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Hi, everybody. This is Laura, and I I need to apologize to you lovely people sitting in the queue, those that I interviewed, because they sound like I'm on speed or something, right? But in any event, I am a little hyped up. I always get a little hyped up before the show. I guess I need the energy to do the show, so my adrenaline pops in. Anyway, welcome to the show. And this show is called Soul Abundance, meaning that we focus in on the soul. I do soul kind of readings. That means other side connections. And if I'm reading about your own life, it's no fortune telling zone. And then thirdly, as well, I also provide healings, usually to soul level, although they're physical things that interplay. It doesn't mean if I'm talking about the soul that I'm not also talking about our world, our physical world, because the soul is the underpinnings, it's the spiritual aspect to everything. So that's why I like to do that, but it's more than what I chose. It's actually what my soul chose for me this lifetime, is to be working on this level. So everything I do was sort of pre-planned for me, provided I went along with it. And that's something I like to say to clients a lot, and also to you a lot, is that the soul is the thing in control. And when you align with it, your abundance begins. And also when you understand through evidential mediumship that there truly is an individuated consciousness that we're connecting with. In other words, our loved ones still live, just in a different vibration. Through evidence they provide to us, then we also heal, and we understand that we're infinite. If we understand we're infinite, we become more abundant. We move from fear, which is the idea that we are separate, limited, and finite, okay, mortal, to love, which is infinite, and nothing can ever be lost. So if you've ever felt like you lost a love on earth, maybe a breakup with a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever it is, or if you feel like you've lost money, or you've lost sense of self, or you've lost whatever it is you feel that you've lost, when you understand that we're infinite beings, that we are souls, there is no loss. It's always existing. It's always there for you, and tapping into it is the miracle. Anyway, I could talk about that for hours, but since we're on the show, I'm going to talk about the show. There is a website for the show called spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And if you tune in there, you can get access to 5 different things. One is a sale on private sessions with me, 25% discount. 2 is be in to win a private session with me. A description of that is at item 2 on spiritmediumtv.com. Item 3 is how you can jump the queue. We have 2 donations today, one from Susie B and one from, let me get her name, it's down here, Patricia L. And I haven't seen her yet in the queue, but she will be. Anybody who makes a donation gets to jump to the top of the queue, because it's assumed that you have an urgent matter that just can't wait. And so if you donate 8, which goes in part to help animals, that's the charity I use, then you will be seen and spoken with. Definitely. And if I, for some reason, perchance, some reason, I don't see that during the show, then I will call you after the show and do your reading. A very quick one. It's a 5-minute one, or one question one, that kind of a thing. And this is exciting. Getting certified is on Spirit Medium TV, how you can obtain a 4-month certification that I've written called Soul Psychic Healer. There's a very nice testimonial there. Item 4 on Spirit Medium TV. And item 5 on Spirit Medium TV is watching the show live. I am there in front of a cam, and you can see me live. I figured that perhaps seeing me would be a little bit more compelling, or you'd feel a little more connected to me than just hearing me. So I offer both. We've got the radio show, we've got the video. So there you go. If you want to get readings, the phone number to do that is at Spirit Medium TV. and I will be connecting with the other side after a group message, and then I go into a mix of other kinds of messages, all based on the soul. Okay, we also do the show Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm going to read a little testimonial, recent one I just found, and these testimonials are written to me via email, or sometimes I get a text message. Sometimes I even get a written letter. I had one of those the other day. It was just very touching, and sometimes I even get a voicemail. But in any event, I try to capture all of them and share them. Oh, and even my calendaring system, when you set an appointment with me, asks you afterwards if you'd like to make a testimonial. So this one comes from my calendaring software, and it's from Nicole Farnham, who is a soul psychic healer student. She's going for her master certification. And she'd love to say that in her personal coaching session with me, Spirit Medium Laura, she was totally blown away. She achieved telepathic communication and has now seen Spirit. I think she was trying to work on those two things when we had a private session. She wanted to become more clairvoyant, and she also wanted to be able to get a telepathy going for herself. She highly recommends she highly recommends a personal session, as you can talk about where you're stuck or where you need help to further your path. Thank you so much, Nicole, for that lovely testimonial. The focus subject for today might seem a little odd because it has to do with ideal weight and health things in general. But there are some people who have weight issues. I guess it's been in the media today a lot, so it was kind of on my mind about a former Miss Universe contest winner and what was said about her and her weight gain. I won't go into details on it, but weight can be weight can be a matter of a lot of healing. It all depends on how you look at weight. I mean, in the past, a person who was more heavy set or more zoftic, if you will, was considered beautiful. But that was when people were starving. Here and now in our society, obesity is becoming an epidemic. And I have a certification. I'm a certified lean health coach. LEAN does not stand for being skinny. It stands for lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition. It's all those. So I'm a health educator as well as doing this work. And sometimes it comes up in my sessions. I like to explain that there's a spiritual component to our bodies, and that is called soul abundance. And soul abundance means that when we clear our systemic blocks, the karma we plan or our soul plan, we might have some blocks or resistance patterns that we've planned, we can become more peaceful and more comfortable with ourselves. And this is what soul abundance is about, really. It is aligning with your power and your magnificence, with your true nature, which is infinite, omnipotent, and omniscient. Our true nature is connected to Source, to God. So soul abundance is about connecting with that sense of empowerment. And when we are connected with that, there's so many things, such a ripple through effect. I'll just say one or two as it pertains to this subject. We might become more aware of how we feel about things versus stuffing our feelings. Quite often when we're stuffing our feelings, we might do it through food. We might stuff our feelings through addictive eating patterns, not just overeating. A lot of people think that eating a lot of food is the reason for having a less than ideal weight. It could be the kinds of foods you're eating. One thing I've noticed in myself since I became more aware or more aligned, let's say more aligned with my own soul, is I became aware of what I was eating and why I was eating it. And quite often I would use food as entertainment, and I would be perhaps looking to eat junk food because it makes you feel funky, right? It's a little bit of a high, right? All those chemicals swarming around, giving you indigestion, and maybe just a sense of, wee, I feel good right now, like a sugar high or something. So I became more aware of that, and I've I didn't try to lose weight recently. I was trying to improve my health. And because I was getting sick a lot. If any of you have been listeners to this radio show, you might have noticed that quite often I'll complain of feeling very, very tired. And also I was getting sick a lot. I started the show in 2012, but this has been since like, well, my whole life, but it became very evident in the last 5 years or so. Um, 4 times a year, I was getting like this virulent upper respiratory infection. And I thought at one point, I think I'm going to die. What's going on here? My mother died of lung cancer, and her father died of emphysema, and my younger sister's got terrible problems with the respiratory system. So, in any event, was led to look into health, as I like that. I'm very interested in health, nutrition, all that. And the first thing I found as I started to do a little bit of research is vegetables. So without having a plan other than to improve my energy level and my general status of health, I started to focus more on eating greens and taking green supplements and juicing and all that. And then I learned about vegetarianism and veganism and all of that, and I said, well, let me try that as well, because according to what I'm hearing, it's like it's the bomb for health. It's like the thing. Um, and what happened? Funny thing happened is I moved into more real food without any kind of chemicals or things like that, more organic, less processed, no processed actually. Everything I was cooking from scratch. Funny thing happened, this excess 5 to 10 pounds that I just thought was part of me melted away. And I was like, huh? Wow. My cheekbones started to stick out, and I was maybe going a little too far with it, tell you the truth, because I got sick again. But nevertheless, I realized that eating vegetable-based diet is probably the healthiest diet. Doesn't mean you have to be completely vegetarian either. That's for moral reasons if that's what you feel. And I don't want to say, because there's a lot of controversy around to meat or not to meat as far as health goes. There's certainly less controversy about the spiritual part of it, aspects of it, because some people believe that eating flesh, animals, anything that has a flesh component to it, biological flesh component to it, is not spiritual, or basically cruel. So that's up to you. I won't say that to you. For me, it is true, but I'm not 100% vegan or 100% vegetarian, as I still have a tendency to feel very weak at times, even though I think I'm eating right. So I have a little bit of both. But in any event, losing weight was the side effect, an unplanned side effect of going vegetarian to vegan. And I have an article on that, as well as an invitation if you would like to be aligned with and release those blocks that you have that prevent you from getting what you want in life, including love, including money, and including health, ideal weight being one of them. A soul abundance healing session might be just the thing for you. So there's an article on that on the right side of my website. If you go to spiritmediumtv.com, you'll be on my website, and on the right you'll see recent posts, and you'll see ideal weight there as the recent post as of today. And if you're listening to this in the future, just go to the category ideal weight and it should come up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is a brief prayer meditation, and then I'm going to do a group message, and then we will go to the phone lines. And I usually do hopefully two other side connections, and then I do a mix of other things after that. Okay, so everybody that's listening, if you would please sit back in your respective locations and uncross your arms and legs and start to focus on breathing from your abdominal area, breathing in deeply and relaxing and exhaling deeply, allowing yourself to get light and open to the abundance of Source and God and all that beautiful energy around you, feeling at peace with yourself and at peace with the all that is, and knowing that all that is now, entering this moment, settling yourself, finding love for yourself. Asking now if you're looking for an other side connection, If you would please ask yourself to bring them in, invite them, your loved ones on the other side. Have them come into the room with you, sit near you, hugs and kisses, or hisses, depending on your relationship. And also, if you would please, firmly place in your mind a healing or a question you have today for Spirit, and ask that that be answered successfully. While you do that, I will do the prayer silently. I'll be back in a second. Thank you. And now what I need you to do on your next exhale of breath, I need you to release into the space your energy, and I will connect us all. One moment, please. Okay. So give me a moment to connect with the ones for a channeled message, a group channeled message. We are here. We are the ones. However, today we will not be speaking. We will be bringing in another entity called Mother Mary, who is an ascended master and houses the energy of the mother or the nurturer. One moment, please, while we bring her in. We are here. We are the energy of Mother Mary. We are the earth energy of abundance and love. We are the energy of Source, of God. We are the energy of the all that is. However, we focus in on the nurturing aspects of love. Mother Mary is one side of us. However, there are many aspects of us. The main aspect of us is creation. We create from the mother to earth. We bring to you nurturing, love, aspects of yourself that have to do with love and nurturing. We ask that each of you love yourself. This is what we are about. We help you to become the mother for yourself, to love yourself totally, completely, and embrace yourself. We bring to you milk from honey, milk and honey from the spiritual realm. We bring to you the idea that you are love, that you have no loss, no separation from Source, that each and every one of you truly is an entity of love unto yourself. As you embrace this idea of self, as you embrace the idea that you are love, you will understand that you cannot be without love, that each of you is love. There is a karmic sense of self in the earth dimension. Each person that incarnates, that implants themselves in a carnate being, each of you would understand what we mean when we say your sense of self is bifurcated, meaning that you are not completely in unison with the idea that you are part of Source, that you are part of God, that you truly are love. But each of you is love. You forget who you are. Who you are is love. We would like to remind you today that you are Source, that you are God, that you are love. We would like to raise your vibration today so that you can see, feel, hear, and know this at this one moment. We each ask you to take your attention to the top of your body, to your crown area. We are each going to send to you love from the crown into the body. One moment, please. Pink light sends through, provides for you deep understanding of self, deep acceptance of self, deep love of all aspects of self, both dark side and light side, but all sides of self. You are divine, each of you. Please know your divinity now. Namaste. Now, I did not plan that. You never know what's going to happen here, guys. I hope that you got something from that. Okay, so I'm going to go to a couple of other side connections, and then I will go to some life questions, healing questions, that kind of thing. When I get done, let's see if 505 is here. There she is. There's Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Got your donation, honey. Thank you. And also, Susie got your donation. Thank you, sweetheart. I may get you, Susie, after the show. We'll see what happens. Okay, love? All right, so now let me go to an other side person who's waiting. And the first one I'm going to go to is Rebecca, who called in very early. Hi, Rebecca, honey. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. All right, Rebecca, so we're going to see, I know that you have a sister in spirit. We already spoke about that. Everyone, when I connected with Rebecca, I was pre-screening the calls. She asked for a live question, but I heard other side, and then she mentioned a specific soul to me. 917, Rebecca, 917 of your good soul.
Yes.
917, Rebecca,
I'm here.
917, Rebecca. I'm doing that for vibration, sweetheart. Just relax. Okay?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right, honey. Okay. You're a very loving person. Somebody in spirit is saying thank you for asking me to come in or allowing me to come in. I am a soulmate of yours of a sort, even though I'm, well, I'm assuming it's your sister. We'll see in a moment. Even though I am a sister of yours, I am a soulmate also, meaning that we had planned this lifetime to come together to work through some karmic issues from the past. There were times in our life when we did not get along, but those are all part of that issue of self-love, an issue of understanding self. I have come to spirit earlier than you because I also had to teach you various aspects of yourself. You've become stronger at my passing before you. Okay, I'm going to talk to her, Rebecca, your sister, in spirit for a moment. I need her to give me some things that would be evidence. Some of it, some of what I just gave you could be evidence, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for physical evidence, please, lovely sister in spirit. Hold on. First thing I see is her hair seems to be about shoulder length to a little longer. It has a natural wave to it, but not very, oh, she says to me from spirit, but not frizzy like yours, Laura. Your sister just says, my hair's not frizzy like yours. So what I see is her hair's got a little bit of a wave to it. It's not frizzy like mine. She's a big person for her age and develops earlier than most physically. She's very smart and shrewd, and she also seems to be a bit athletic and a little bit on the, especially before. I don't know how it is after she goes through puberty at the moment, because she's showing me she likes to play sports, something like that. And I'm seeing her around.
May I interrupt you? I don't think you have my sister. You may have someone else, but my sister was mentally retarded, and she was very fragile and small.
Okay.
And she did have wavy brown hair, but the person you're describing may be someone else, or maybe who she is in another lifetime to me. I don't know. But in this lifetime, she was encased in a body that was quite broken and fragile.
Okay. Now, I just want you to go along with what we're hearing for the moment. Okay?
Okay.
All right,
okay.
because spirit has a way of working that you would never be able to predict.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right, love.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. One of the most important things to do, I've learned over time, is to allow spirit to do what it needs to do. I'll come to you for validation, and I'll ask you that you give me a yes or no. But there is a person who presents before me that does seem to live up to 12 years old, and so I'm going to ask you this: do you understand that your sister lived to at least 12 years? I'm not saying that was the end of her life. Would you understand that? Yes or no, please? Just yes. Okay. Would you? Well, we already talked about the hair. I didn't give you hair color, but I also see the hair was around mid-length. It's a little longer than that at times, maybe touching her shoulders, and it has a wave to it. You said it was brown, and you said it was a little longer, but would you understand a little wave to it, please? Yes or no, please? Just yes or no, love.
Yes, wave.
Okay. Was she carrying any extra weight, even though she might have been tiny? Does she have a little bit of chubbiness to her form, please? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Well, there we got that incorrect. So let's just see where this goes. Because what I see is a roundness to the form. Do you know if she ever liked to play any kind of sports, like batting or anything like that, or she was not developed enough to do that, please?
Well, she was in Special Olympics.
Okay, there you go. All right. And I want bowling. Yeah, okay. So what I want you to know is that she's presenting herself to me as a little rounder in her form. It may not mean she's overweight, okay? I may be getting the wrong wording on that, so we'll just throw out that, but I want to honor that I do see a little roundness in the face and a little bit of roundness in the arms. I don't know how, she said earlier, bigger than most, but let's just throw that out for the moment. Maybe the initial connection was improper. So I see around 12 years old doing things that are athletic. And she likens that to having a little bit of a tomboyish side. Okay, now you may not agree with that, but that's what she wants to say. All right, because she's athletic. She calls it athletic. Okay, she likes to get around on her own. She also shows me there's something to do with horses, that she likes horses very much, and other kinds of
writing. Yes.
Okay, you understand, and also other kinds of animals. She was very fond of animals, but she does show me the horses. It's very important to her. She loves her. Believe it or not, she loves her life on Earth very, very much. She says, and again, there's a karma connection between the two of you. She says, and that we both had to experience life together. You learned a lot from her, as she learned a lot from you. Now, I don't know where she is right now. I didn't get to any of that yet, but she wants to acknowledge that karmic thing. Maybe there'll be more filling in on that as we move forward with this, okay? There's something about monkeys that she shows me a monkey. So I don't know if that has any specific meaning or just to be a broad stroke of liking animals, but she likes monkeys also a lot. And I saw the horses there. Okay, now she was also going to bring...
I called her a little monkey. So.
You what?
I called her a little monkey.
Oh, okay, there you go. See what I mean about spirit working in mysterious ways? We have no idea what all these things mean. So, okay. So let me just see now, because she's trying to show me something else, love, okay? Hold on for a second, Rebecca. I loved you very much, she says. She says, you were so kind to me and so sweet to me. And I always admonished, I know she's using bigger words than maybe she used on Earth, but don't forget, she's realized a broader consciousness now. I always admonished myself for being so small. I didn't like myself for that. She says, but now I'm bigger and broader, and I have big shoulders, always what I wanted when I was on Earth. I wanted to be big like you and tall like you. She says you're her older sister. Would you understand that? Just yes or no, please. Older. You're older than her, honey?
Yes.
Okay. Like her old...
Not age-wise, I took care of her. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she says she wanted to be big like you, like her older sister. Maybe she means bigger sister. I don't know. The word bigger and older could be interchanged right now because of the connection to spirit. Might be a little bit off, okay? But she says she always wanted to be big like you. And you took care of her when she was young, but you just said that. You also said that you were bigger than her. She was little. So I can't say those are evidences, but let her continue. She says, you let me out on my own a lot. She says, I appreciate that. You let me do things on my own a lot. You were probably a lot more liberal with me than other people. Other people babied me or held me back more than you did. It was fun when I was alone with you because you let me do things on my own more. You let me take risks more than other people and even break things if I couldn't do them right. I really appreciated that. You don't know how much till now. I'm telling you, thank you. She wants to cry a little bit as she says these words to you. It's very, very sweet. There's something more. Hold on. Please forgive me for my use of you during this lifetime. You didn't know I was using you, but I was using you. I was using you for my soul's evolution. Do you realize that the karmic pact we had between us was I would come in and evolve in this diminished form, and you would come in and evolve in the helper to me. That is the karmic thing or the soul contract. I loved my life with you very, very much. Thank you for allowing me to be equal to you in every way. I will never forget the honor you bestowed upon me and seeing me as a person and a human being. This was extremely important to me and helped me evolve. There's something else I keep trying to get from her. Let me just see if I can get it now. I know I said it 3 or 4 times, and every time I do it, she gives me something different than I think what I'm going to get. There's something about her lungs and them not forming properly, or it feels not oxygen getting into them or something, and that's what's bothering me, as if that has something to do with transition for her. Would you understand that, please, Rebecca, about her form? This is a broad stroke here, I know, but I know.
There were a twist in her umbilical cord when she was in my mother's stomach, and she didn't get enough oxygen to develop.
Okay, maybe that was it then.
If you're thinking about air and oxygen, she also had a twist in her bowel, which cut off all her blood supply below her lungs, and she died.
Oh, all right. So there's something about the lungs not getting air for dying, and perhaps then for creating the condition. But the lungs don't get air, and this is so you're saying that she also cut off that thing that happened in her right below her lungs. Something stopped her from getting air into her lungs. Well, that's what I'm trying to say is I feel asphyxiation is the cause of passing because she's sending me that feeling. Okay, so there's a validation. I, obviously can't get to the details of it, but I just wanted to throw that out to you. She loves you.
Also with her, when she took her last breath, I put my hand on her heart and on her lungs, and I felt her take her last breath.
Oh, well, she says, thank you so much for being my sister. She says, I will never forget you. I'm here in spirit. I love you very much. Life continues. We're all together as one. Just as Spirit said earlier, I am one with all others. I am not the soul, the diminished person you knew on earth. In other words, I'm full now. I'm fully formed and fully functional. She says, when a soul takes on the physical disability, it's because they have chosen to have more involvement that lifetime. She says, I evolved, I accomplished that, but only, Rebecca, only because you were there. You helped me with that. She says it was a choice that I came in that way, but you helped me with that because you helped me evolve. You helped me evolve. You know why you helped me evolve, she says? Because you held my hand through the whole thing. You were there for me. So she wants to say thank you to that, honey. Okay? Thank you so much, Rebecca, for calling in today, darling. Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. And I did hold her hand. Okay, thank you.
Oh, you did hold her hand. Okay, there you go. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, all the time.
All right, sweetheart. God bless, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Okay, that was an interesting one. Okay, and yeah, try not to reveal too much to me, those that are calling in, because we want Spirit to reveal, not you, the caller, though makes my job a lot easier, but it doesn't make my job easier because my job is to enable Spirit to speak to you and to show you that life indeed continues. Okay, I'm going to go to Marissa, who's wanting sort of an other side connection. Let me just see if there's somebody who wants an other side connection. Hold on. Meaning that I see with her, Marissa, you want me to bring in your guides, which is fine. Or another side connection. Oh, here we have it. Yeah. Okay, Marissa, I'll get to you a little later, hopefully. But here's Elizabeth, who is asking for another side connection directly. Okay. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. Okay, so what we're going to do is connect to you on the other side. Now, when I connected with you earlier, I was pre-screening calls. Everybody, if you call in early, you get a better chance of being heard on the show. That and making a donation. But I felt as I was talking to you, and you asked for, I felt a female to you that felt like a mothering energy. So let me just go to your energy for a second, Elizabeth. 561. Okay, there's a couple of souls, actually, not just one. Because also a male to you, a couple of different people. Elizabeth, 561. Okay, there is a woman now. Okay, I see a woman, and she looks like she has original hair color is brown. It does get gray as she gets older. She does show me herself aging. She likes to wear her hair a little on the shorter side in the vision she's giving me. That would mean that on Earth, you should be able to remember her wearing her hair a little shorter, if you will. And also that it's layered. It's got a little bit of a wave to it, a little bit of a flip, because not real short, kind of like a little flip around the ears, and it's kind of nice. And she wears it in different kind of styles, but it's it's on the shorter side, above her ears mostly, with a little bit of longish sometimes. She's also overweight, or she shows herself as having more weight to her physique, if you will. She's a very kind and sweet person, a very gentle energy when she's on Earth, and she wouldn't hurt a fly. She has fairly which is a straight nose. It's on the smaller side. Pretty lips, roundish face. Okay, calm exterior. Again, she goes back to that. I also feel that she would have had blood sugar issues or things to do with like diabetes or maybe that kind of a thing, if you will. Let me see if I get one or two more things, and then we'll come back to you. Okay, well, let me just come back to you now. Do you understand this person, please, for anyone you would know that you're thinking of?
Possibly my grandmother.
Okay. Do you know if she was overweight, please? Did you carry extra weight?
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
No.
Do you know both grandmas?
No, not really the other one, no. So maybe it's the other one, I'm not sure.
Oh, because under her...
Because I was small.
That's fine. Okay, so now this is interesting because she does show me or gives me the faintest hint, and you can go back and, by the way, verify all this. But under her is a male, meaning that if it was your father's mother, okay, then we're going back again to the male. You see, remember I said I felt a father figure for you. So now, I would assume then you have a father in spirit. Is that correct, please?
No.
Okay. Okay. So this could be the mother.
But I do have a male.
You do have a male in spirit. This could be the mother of that male. Okay, this could be the mother of that male. All right. Do you remember what the mother of the male looked like, or anything about that particular person, please? Would you understand that, please? Do you? You just may not. You may not. You don't. Okay, let's go to the male.
No.
Okay, so I believe this woman has to do with this man. Okay, so she's a forebear to him in the family. Okay, she's upset about something. I'm going to just let her talk a little bit, and then we'll go to the male. She's upset about something mentally and emotionally, about the way he was treated before he passed. He was not treated well. He was not handled well. Okay. Well, let's just go to him then, okay, please? There's also a name that comes in that goes with the family. It could be the woman I'm speaking to now or somebody else, but it's like a Rose or Rosemary that's around this. Still trying to go to the man. Hold on. Okay. Would you come in, please? There's a male here. Okay. Well, you have to show me. Okay. There's a karmic problem in his health at the end of his life. In other words, there's a problem with his health. I'll just leave the word karmic out. The karmic word means it was supposed to happen. Okay, but he wasn't treated well. Again, we go back to this. There's a confusion about how he's treated or what treatment he gets. It's not treated correctly nor understood correctly at the beginning of the illness. There's some kind of blood thing going on or problem with the blood. I don't see him yet. I feel like I'm getting a breech birth here because usually they show me themselves. And also the relationship should be clear, but I'll just give you what I get for the moment. We'll see where it goes. Okay, so sir, do you want to pop forward and give me something here? Okay, he has dark hair. Seems to have a wave to it. Would you understand him, the person you're thinking of as having dark hair, please, with a wave to it?
Dark hair, but no wave.
Okay. Would you understand I didn't say this yet, but would you understand he's on the slender side, please?
Yes.
Okay. Not sure why you hesitated, but that's okay. Would you understand that he had an illness before he passed, please? Because he's saying illness versus accident. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Would you understand that that there was some kind of misunderstanding in the way the treatment that he got or the diagnosis? Would you understand that, please?
Yes.
Okay. It is the reason that happened, he says, is because it was a karmic thing that he was going to experience being misdiagnosed this lifetime. I don't know where this is going yet, but let's let it go, okay? It's misdiagnosed. It has something to do with the blood or blood sugar levels that are in his body. They think it's something to do with his... Is it blood sugar, sir? Or is this something else, please? I need him to refine that for me. He's told that he has some kind of a syndrome. He's very tired, and they're finding something in the blood they think it is that makes him tired. Would you understand he had a lot of fatigue, please?
Yes.
Okay, and he's saying that it's diagnosed a specific way. It's something to do with his blood. And that he's not getting enough oxygen in his blood, and the oxygen's not going to his cells. But he says it's something else that's going on rather than this oxygen thing. Would you remember that, please? Can you remember that, please? I don't know if you can verify that. You do understand that. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, good. Wow, he's coming through a lot. He's bringing it on. He's bringing on. And Mom, yeah, much better. And Mom is like, she's, I believe, is his mother or somebody like that, who is there in spirit with him, she's the one that opened up the session. He says it's some kind of metabolic syndrome that he has in his body, and it's not what they think it is originally. It takes its toll on his health, and finally he transitions. It's not an easy transition for him. If it had been caught earlier, it might have been postponed, but never could have been prevented. So even though it's misdiagnosed or misunderstood, it can't be prevented because it's something that has to happen. It's something that's in his body. He says I could be getting, these kind of words are really difficult to get from spirit, but he says metabolic syndrome, and I'm going to see what he means by that, love. Okay, what do you mean by metabolic syndrome? So, what was that, Elizabeth?
No, I said okay.
Okay, hold on. What do you mean by metabolic syndrome? I wasn't getting enough oxygen into my lungs or into my body and the cells. The metabolism happened at the cell level. I was not getting enough air in my lungs. I was not getting enough anything into my body. Things were not circulating properly. I wasn't getting energy. They call it a metabolic syndrome. Oh, okay. He's going like to a cell level, honey. I don't know how you can experience this or how you understand it, but he's saying I don't know why he would be saying this, but he says the mitochondria in the cells were not functioning properly. They were not getting energy into the body and into the cells. I died slowly of fatigue. I got slower and slower, and I was unable to move around completely. We call it a metabolic syndrome. Now, I'm going to come back to you, Elizabeth. Does that have any meaning to you or any significance to you, please?
Just the fatigue, not the
terminal.
Not moving around. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it makes it like as if he slowly loses energy and can't move around. Okay, that's kind of what he's saying. But you do understand fatigue for him. Okay, that's the thing that takes his life. It reminds me. I don't want to project here, but it reminds me like as if he's got what do they call that? Multiple sclerosis or something like that, where the body stops functioning. But he didn't say that. So I'm just going to leave that. No, okay. I'm just going to leave that with you. He says a lot of fatigue. There's something in the blood. His body is dying off slowly. It's not cancer. Okay, he's not giving me cancer. He would have given me that already. Now, if it is cancer, okay, but he's not telling me that. Okay, showing me something else in the heart area and the lung. The heart is not good either. It's not functioning properly. As if there is a circulation issue that creates the problem. Okay, so it's in the blood, circulation, no oxygen to the cells, and that's where the fatigue comes. I want you to know he's given me additional terminology called mitochondria and fatigue at the cell level, and that's what causes the fatigue. Now, whether or not that was diagnosed or whether or not you know about it, doesn't matter because he's just adding that in. And it may be something you can ask about later on. He says, I miss you very much. He says, thank you so much for taking care of me. He says, you were around me. Okay, so were you taking care of him? Were you around him, please, Elizabeth? Towards the end of his life?
Not on the end. No, not on the very end, no.
Okay. But you were around him, yes? You were around him?
Yes. Some degree, yeah.
Okay. Well, you were taking care of him, he says, a bit here and there. He says you weren't the only one. There were other people in the room with me or helping me out here and there, but it was not your primary responsibility to be caretaker at the time. He says, I finally deceased. He says it was a relief actually to get out of the form, my physical form, that it no longer would hold me. He shows me himself being in a hospital or some kind of medical setting. So you can confirm for me whether or not he was in a medical setting because he looks like he is. This towards the end of the life, please. Would you understand that? Okay. Yeah. He says, finally, I took my last. Yeah. Okay. He also shows that towards the end of his life, he was not holding consciousness. He was in and out a lot of consciousness. Would you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you understand he could not ingest food? He shows that they were feeding him through some kind of thing that would feed him, mostly glucose or things like that. Would you understand that, please?
No. No.
Okay. Would you understand? He says he was on feeding tubes. You don't understand that?
No.
Okay, well, he says it again, so I will leave that with you. I don't know why he does, and I need to, the more I honor things, the better this gets, okay? He says he wasn't able to ingest food on his own any longer. They were giving him food, and they were giving him things to help him stay alive. Finally, he decided to go to spirit, not them. What do you mean by that, sir? I decided to leave Earth because I couldn't take it anymore. He says they were trying to keep him alive, even though he couldn't stay alive. So what he's saying here, honey, and maybe you can confirm this, is that they were trying to extend his life, but he didn't want to stick around anymore. Would you understand that? Does that make any sense to you, honey?
Possibly.
All right. Would you understand they're trying to heal him? They don't put him into hot. What he's saying is they're trying to extend his life as much as they can. They don't give up on him. Versus hospice. Right. Hospice, they just give you palliative care. In his case, he's not being given just palliative care. He's given care to extend his life. Do you know that, please?
Yes.
Okay, that's all he's saying. I know the connection is not as strong as I'd like it to be, love, but it is a connection, and I will give that to you, love. And I want to thank you so much for allowing him to come in today. I'm going to have to go because I'm taking too much time for just one session. So please forgive me, darling. Thank you so much, love. Love, bye-bye.
No, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to try to get to some phone lines, as I didn't get to. I need to go to 505 area code, and then I need to go to whatever else. Hey, Patty, Patricia, how are you today? Patricia? All right, she's not there right now. Hopefully I'll get to her later. I'm going to go to Marissa, who wants something from her spirit guides. Hello, Marissa, love.
Yes, hi.
Hi, sweetheart. So just go ahead and give me a question, love, whatever it is, and we'll see what we can get for you. Okay?
Sure. Is there a message from Eric or my dad that could give me advice on what I should do with my present status in life?
I don't want to do any more mediumship, honey. I can only do 2 per show. So because they take so long.
Sure.
So let's just go to your guides.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So just give me a question that maybe your guides can answer, honey.
Yes. Well, I drove 3 states to get to this man that I loved, and it turned out it didn't even work out a week. I'm wondering.
Oh.
I really thought the universe was telling me to go, and it just fell apart. So I'm kind of lost of what I'm supposed to do now. Like, how do I pick up from what I really believed was the universe telling me to do that?
Yeah. All right, Marissa.
Yeah. All
right, let's see what we can.
Thank you.
5. Now you didn't lose anything. Your guides are saying you were able to. You actually went home to where you came from. I don't know why they say that, but in some respects, it allowed you to resurface as a total human being and to reconnect with yourself after that. Okay, I get it. When we have crisis like this, it forces us to reconnect with our innermost being. And you were off point. You weren't understanding who you are. And yes, that was a false directive in a way, but it also is a very important directive to go there and to follow those messages, because through the process, after it all happened, you were like, where did I go wrong? What's this all about? And who am I? So it actually is something that forced you to go back to who you are, think about who you are, think about what you want, and also question everything about yourself. The reconnection home is what it's all about. We, as your guides, would like you to understand that you are always reconnecting with yourself, and that you need to always reconnect with yourself. When something does not work out, it is always for highest good. It's there to show you who you really are and bring you back to your true nature, your true creative self. This is specific for you now, that you, through that process, went back to yourself again. You went back to your innermost core of who you are and what you really want to do with your life, what matters to you. And so by virtue of that, we would consider that a success, because it forced you to think about yourself where you're going and where you want to go. You are a creative person. You should never be taken off point for who you are for the purpose of meeting another person. You should always follow what you are first. The other person would then fold into you. That is what this is all about. It's you being true to yourself. Do you understand that, please?
Yeah.
Okay. You left behind things that were very meaningful to you. We say to you, never do that again. Always honor what is important to you and invite the other in, either through prayer or directly. The other person then that is meant to be with you will come to you somehow, or the situation will come to you somehow. You do not need to break old ties, uproot, or turn everything upside down for the sake of love. When love is meant to be, it comes in. That is the meaning of all of this, and this is what you've understood from it. Namaste. We are your guides, and we love you very, very much, Marissa. Honor yourself, sweetheart. You are a wonderful soul. God bless.
Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Thanks, honey. You too. Bye-bye. Okay, sorry for all of this craziness today. Okay, I'm going to go back to 505, who disappeared. Oh, do I have two 505s? What's happened here? She must have gotten knocked off. Hold on. Patricia, is that you?
Yeah, I'm here, Laura. Sorry, just I got another phone call. It's disconnected.
Oh, is that? Yeah, thank you for your donation, sweetheart. Okay, honey, just ask your question, love, and I will give you whatever answer I can get. Go ahead, love.
Yeah, I would like to know where my engagement ring is.
Oh.
I misplaced it, and I don't know where it is.
All right. Well, let's see what I can get for you, honey. Hold on. This Patricia 505. She's missing her engagement ring. First thing I hear is it is in the house somewhere. You haven't lost it. Seems to be what they're showing me is a pillows on the couch. And that it would be underneath. First I heard underneath a pillow, and now they show me pillows on the couch. So they want you to kind of look behind all pillows in the house and any furniture. Behind it, about it, whatever. But what I see is on the couch in particular is what I'm getting. And I'm not really great at finding things in a very, well, every now and then it can happen really instantly. Not my forte. You know, every psychic's got their thing. I have found a missing cat once for my girlfriend, but I had to go through an entire evening with her through psychic perception before I saw where the cat was. And then I did find somebody's missing money, and it came in right away, but I read for her on a regular basis, so our connection was very strong. But what I'm getting for you, Patty, is that it would be in the house somewhere, and it's like missing under furniture. It looks like under a pillow. Why it would be missing like that, I don't know. But I get it's in the house. Now, is it in her house or is it in someone else's house, Spirit? Your house. Your house. It's under some furniture, around some furniture. Let me see what else I want to say. Did somebody give it to you that you're no longer with, honey? Or is this person with you? Because I keep hearing something about given to you from before. It's like as if it's somebody.
Well, this is funny. My boyfriend, fiance, we had sort of like a fight that week. We were taking a break, and then I saw him that day, and I wore it. And when I came back home, I put it where I always put it, and then disappeared.
Oh.
We're fine now. It's just
funny. No, that's weird. Yeah, that is weird. But it's a new ring. I mean, he bought it for you, right? It's not from somebody else in the family, like his mother or anything like that, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, what I see is under some kind of, it's like around the couch for some reason. Why it would be there, though? If you said you put it where you always put it, that's strange. All right. Let me just go to that area. Where do you always put it? In a jewelry box, honey? Near your bed or something?
When I enter to the right side, there's like a counter, and I put there my keys, my rings, everything. And I already looked inch by inch of that space. It's not there. I removed everything, cleaned everything.
All right, now hold on. Do you have any pets in the house, like a cat?
A cat, yes.
Because I think the cat took it and played with it. You know, sometimes cats will do that. They see something shiny and they want, they like to play with it. So you're going to have to find it. It's in the house somewhere. It's not out of the house. It's behind a piece of furniture, and I think the cat placed it there. I don't know if your cat's like that, but I have had cats like that in the past too. If they like certain things, they'll pick it up and they'll play with it, and next thing you know, it's missing. So that's what I'm getting. All right, honey. So,
Okay.
all right. I'm sorry. That's the best I can do.
Yeah.
All right.
That's great. Oh, look now.
All
Thank
right.
you, Laura.
You're welcome, love. Bye-bye, honey.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. That's usually that's like not my best forte, although I have helped people find things, but it's not my forte. Okay, so I'm going to come to you, Susie, after the radio show. I'm going to go to those who've been waiting longest in the queue. We have Lolita, who has been waiting a very long time. Lolita, honey, just give me your question, darling, and I'll hopefully get an answer for you. Go ahead.
Sure. I just wanted to see if the ice cream shop, I just added pizza, will that increase the sales at the store?
You added an ice cream shop in the pizza store? Is that what you just said?
No. I have an ice cream shop. I just added pizza to it.
Oh, yeah, just the other way around.
The pizza. So I wanted to...
Okay, got it. This is just the opposite. You got the ice cream store, you added pizza in. Is this in some kind of a community setup, like a shopping mall or looks like an entertainment venue?
In a Walmart.
Walmart? Oh, it's in the Walmart. Okay, good. Let me see. Yes or no? It will work. Yeah, it will work. It's just the right thing to do, actually, for that. See, that's why they were trying to show me it's within something bigger, and that there are people there anyway. And sometimes people are waiting for somebody else. They're looking for something to do. They're looking for a snack or whatever. It looks like it will pick up soon and will get better for you. You don't need to worry too much about the whole thing. It feels to me like you're holding your breath. Will this work? It's going to work. It's just that it takes a little bit of time to really see it. I think you're already seeing some action, but you can't expect instantly. It feels like this is fairly recent. You can't expect instantly.
Yes, it just opened up.
Yeah, you can't expect instant results. It takes a while for the profitability to come in, but it is in the right place. It is at the right time. It is for the right price, investment-wise. You've not overspent on anything. You needed everything you got. Okay, they're telling me these must be concerns that you've had. You're not overspent for the money that you will make, and it will even out soon. There will be a ramp up, and then finally you'll start to see results. And that's it. You're just expecting that. Well, I would feel the same way. I put in all this money. Is it going to work out? So the answer is yes, and you're going to do fine.
Do you see, I just opened up 3 months, and you're right about everything. And do you see it balancing, or do you see it where it will just pay all the bills that are necessary to pay? Or when you see it getting equal, ramping up as far as making sure we're good?
Sure, let's just see that. No, it's going to become the profitable business that you hope it to be. At first, it will be break even, but then within a few more months, it will be making a lot more profit. The initial investment is a big nut that you have to crack, so to speak, but after a little bit of time, you're going to start to feel the cash flow is very favorable in your direction, and then everything will have been behind you. All that uncertainty and everything else will be behind you, and you'll see the profits from your efforts. And I see that for some reason or other, it looks. The winter's going to be obviously good, but I don't see that you start to get more comfortable with the whole thing, and also start to see a larger, wider margin of profit. I don't see that until the spring, but during the winter it will be active. It's just during the spring you'll start to have digested the initial investments more, and that you'll be on the right track. Okay, sweetheart?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ann. Appreciate it.
Thank you, honey.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bye-bye. Oh, that sounds like fun. I like that. Ice cream and pizza. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one more caller, and then I will get to Susie after the show. She'll have her own little thing there. And so I got to find somebody who's been waiting the longest. It looks
90 seconds.
Even though the show is ending, don't worry. I'm going to go to Lola, who's been waiting the longest here.
Hi.
Hi, honey. So go ahead and give me your
Hello.
question. Hi. Just give me your question, darling.
Okay.
I left my job in December of 2015, and I've been unemployed since that time. I've been doing some part-time work here and there, but can't seem to find a job in my field, and I was wondering when things will start to break. And,
60 seconds.
I've been sending out tons of resumes, meeting with people, networking, and just feel somewhat blocked.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to figure out when that opening happens, and hopefully sooner than later.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I don't do fortune telling on the show. The reason is it's disempowering. So, of course, you're going to get a job.
Okay.
Of course, you're going to get a job in your field. The when will be up to you and your decisions. That's why I don't do fortune telling, because the answer is always yes when you put the effort in. But what I can do for you is take a look at circumstances and give you some ideas about what to tweak, what not to tweak, and if there are any negative beliefs and all that other stuff. So let me just psychically take a look at you.
Perfect.
Yeah, Lola, 917. You're very smart, you're very kind, very calm, you're very organized. You have a lot
10 seconds.
A lot going for you, and people need your service. Hold on. Feels like you're a healer of some sort in the professional sense. In other words, it could be something to do with the medical profession or psychological health profession. I feel that you're very good at what you do. What are you doing, please?
I work in the creative industry, so I've been a fashion stylist, I've been an art curator, I've worked in advertising. So I'm kind of looking for work in the creative industry, production, curating, anything like that.
Okay. Was there some reason?
Agent.
Oh, agent, you said? Agent?
Like a photo agent.
Yeah, I understand what agent. Okay.
Production, that sort of thing.
All right. Because I got a feeling.
In the creative industry, fashion or art.
Well,
salary management. I can do all of it.
Okay.
I've done it all.
I'm just trying to align what I got with what you are. So give me a moment. I got a feeling that there's something about what you do that has a healer aspect to it, like as if you're a nurse or something. And I know that you're not a nurse because you just said that, not literally at least. There's something about it, the work, that if we look at it that way, is that you're somehow helping people through the work you do, that it takes on a different life. I know this sounds a little strange at the moment, but it's the thing that needs to be tweaked. So let me just see now. Hold on.
It doesn't, actually. I was like that, yeah.
Oh, okay, because you have like a helping aspect to what you do. You're a problem solver. Okay, that's what it is. You're a problem solver.
Yeah.
People really need you. You come in. You're able to sharpen the pencil to lighten the budget. You make money stretch. You're able to do things that other people can't do with less investments. This is one of the things, it's a healing aspect, like you heal problems in production. So I want you to think of it that way. If you haven't, it sounds like you can understand it, but if you haven't, I want you to think of it that way, because it's going to help you get the employment that you seek as you search for potential assignments, if you will. I want you to look at it like how you've solved problems, and that you're a problem solver. You can even brand yourself accordingly. In other words, I'm the the chic problem solver, the problem solver of I'm a creative problem solver, or whatever. I come in, I help lower production costs. I help you get things accomplished in ways other people can. I'm like a miracle worker. And when you do that, which I think you're already doing it to a certain extent instinctively, but I want you to polish it, and I want you to present it as your main brand. I want you to brand yourself. Okay? So the people within 30 milliseconds, not even as 30 seconds, but 30 milliseconds will know, I need that. I need her. Right? And then they're going to grasp to you. They're going to, what do you call it? Gravitate towards you, and that you will find employment a little faster, and you will find other employment very, very quickly that way. Now I'm going to go to another channel here about something else. There is a friend that you're working with that is very involved right now in a current production project that you will be hearing about a new opening very shortly, and that you will get work through somebody that you already know. And that's, of course, the secondary part of this is that having connections is extremely important. So do anything you can to improve your connections. You have already very good ones. Right now, there's one, I don't know why they show it to me this way, because as I said, spirit works in mysterious ways when they come to me, but she's like a peer to you. They show it like as a visual thing. She's a peer to you, but she's involved with something else about her. Hold on for a second. She dresses very unusually. She's kind of goth. or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, goth in the way she dresses, and she's very stylish, and she knows a lot of people in the fashion industry. So go with that person for now, and she's going to be the one that's going to help you the most at the moment, and that brings you the fastest employment. So connection, that person, and the idea of repositioning or branding yourself a little differently, or polishing your brand so that people understand what they're getting with you, which is a lower budget, lower costs for production. Let me see if there's a way to say that easily, succinctly. Your name again is Lola. I love that name. Lola.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, lower. I don't want you to come off as bargain brand, but Lola lowers production. Well, it's interesting. Your name Lola is like lower costs or lower budget. LOW kind of goes with Lola, but I don't know. Hold on one second. They're trying to show me this. That's why I'm doing it. Lola loves. Well, just lower costs with Lola. That's something like that. But you need to think of it that way. You know, what's in it for them to hire you versus everybody else out there, aside from the fact that you're really, 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 really magically creative. What else are they going to get from you? Because the really, really, really magically creative, they got a lot of that. They also, everybody in the industries that you've mentioned also has contacts. So those two things everybody else has, right? So one thing that they don't think this way for the most part, and that's the psychic part of this, is they don't know how to brand themselves even though they're in the business of branding. So I want you to think of yourself as Lola Incorporated, lower costs with Lola. That's what they're telling me.
That doesn't mean a lower salary for me, though, does it?
No. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, anybody who can be a miracle worker in terms of stretching the dollar, I don't know, maybe this doesn't fit you, but what I'm hearing is that you're very ingenious in the way you use supplies and utensils, and everything that you do is very ingenious. So you're able to problem solve and also keep costs down. Okay. So if that brand's not exactly you, then just tweak it a little bit and use the bigger concept, which is that you should brand yourself in a way that distinguishes you from the rest of the crowd. Okay?
Yeah, I just one question. Should I focus on fashion or art or both?
Let me see. Art or fashion? You like fashion a lot. Art or fashion? Fashion is better for you.
The industry.
Fashion is better for you right now. There's more employment available.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I really appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lola. You have a beautiful, blessed day, honey. Thanks for calling in. Ciao.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, everybody, I just want to say thank you so much for calling in today. On Monday at 7 p.m., I do another 7 p.m. Eastern time. I forget everybody's in different time zones. And if you'd like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. If you put radio show in the event code field, you will get a discount of 25% on any private sessions you book with me. Big kiss, big hug. Namaste. Bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.